We're joined by Andy, who is not from Aberdeen. How are you doing, Andy?
Blood rush yourself.
I'm all right, lad. I'm all right. We sent you
Long time no see.
to play in Canadian League, and you've come back to Premier League, kid. Pop, pop, bang on a ball.
I'm in a league of my own.
Like when Michael Owen went to Real Madrid, come back, and Ian Rush when he went to Juventus. Pop, pop, bang.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm not bad, kid. I'm not bad. I'm surviving, and I get by, don't I? I'm just lucky, aren't I? I guess so on a lucky streak. Uh, a lot's gone on since we last spoke. First of all, I want to cover that last night before we go down other avenues.
Yep.
Uh, Straight into it. The rest of the show were pony. Very low box rec average ranking of 397 for a pay per view. I think that's probably the lowest I've ever seen on a pay per view. The actual fight though lived up to the hype, didn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I never seen any undercard. Just basically didn't
You
have
can hardly
time.
hear.
I'm saying I didn't see any of the undercard basically because I didn't have time. Um, but I saw the main fight. Aye, that was a cracking fight, wasn't it? I thought it'd be a good fight to be honest, but it was definitely lived up to my expectations.
Yeah, I had Wardley obviously to win by knockout, and my pal Scott Brunt had a massive, massive wage on him. He usually picks donkeys, but took my advice, so I'm buzzing over that. As I looked at it, Andy, he'd only had 72 rounds. The
Yeah.
other guy had 252 rounds, right? So he's got more miles on clock on it. See where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah. More experience as well, though, I suppose.
Well,
Um,
you can argue that one till cows come home. Who has Parker ever beat who he's looked good against? Who really? Who is his really best three wins? Who?
it's got to be probably Zhang. Um, well, I mean, you can pick holes in anybody's resume to an
Oh yeah.
extent, yeah. But would you say I don't know who Wild? Well, would you say Wilder?
No, listen.
Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is probably one of his best wins, I would say.
Yeah, but I had him losing that, and so did Ring Magazine lads. Point I want to make,
Yeah,
right?
but he still won it. So
Yeah, he got the nod, didn't he? Right, for a belt that really were paper. He were a paper champion, one he really was
yeah,
his belt. Well, the point I want to make is people got a little bit carried away with this Joseph Parker hype, especially people in the media like Simon Jordan and other people pushing this narrative. Joseph Parker, right, was finished years ago, right, and he realised that. So what did he do? He had to reinvent himself. So he jumped on the back of Fury. He thought, well, I'll get some crusts falling off the sandwich onto the plate. And that's how he worked it. Oh, do you want Andy Lee to train you? Ah, mate, there you go. So is Andy Lee on board? So he's played the game. He's attached himself with Bricktop and they played the game. But since Joe Joyce smashed him to pieces, and I mean absolutely wrote him off, made him cry after, right? Smashed him up. He's a warrior, fair enough, Parker, but he got smashed off Joyce. Since then, he's beat two journeymen, a cruiserweight in Jack Massey, right? Who's not a big fella, he's a nice kid, but he's not Parker's size wise, weight wise. So he's a weight bully. And then you've got Zhang and Wilder and a fat man in Macaulay. Eh? 24 hours out at Congo, 23 stone. You know what I mean? Eating roast alligator. Look, I didn't buy into it. He stunk place out against Joshua, stunk it out. Look at his fights with Chisora and Dylan Whyte, and they're no great shakes. And so no, I weren't having it, mate. I weren't having it. Got a lot of miles on clock. That Bacoli win flattered him, but everybody jumped on bandwagon, didn't they? Oh, go to Andy Lee. Joe Parker's he's a Cinderella man, and all. It's just hype for the sake of it. It's like lazy
I mean,
rhino. This is where we're at now in boxing. It's about hype.
I'd picked Parker to win late. I couldn't sit on the fence, so I kind of tossed and turned. I put bets on weeks ago, and I think I put round 8, 9, and 10, about a couple of pound or whatever on for Parker. But I'd also put a bet on Wardley to win by KO, TKO, or DQ. and you were getting 5-1 odds at that time. I don't think you were getting that more recently, but I won 30 quid out of fiver, so I can't complain. I wasn't the first who won really, but there is a slight controversy for me with the stoppage because I think he still had his wits about him, and a lot of these shots were missing. Some of them were. I'm not saying they were all missing, but Parker wasn't really firing back enough, but he was protecting himself. And for me, he still had a clear head. But what I would say is, was he any more hurt than Tyson Fury was in the 9th round against Usyk? That should have been stopped, really.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. But that's Howard Foster, isn't it? AKA the Big Sexy.
Stopping it.
Big Sexy's there or thereabouts. He's always in the mix, isn't he? Hey, he let Frotch get put on button moon for 7 rounds against Groves. And then Frotch put his foot down, didn't he? And end at 7th. And then in 9th, Howard Foster jumped in and stopped it. But Frotch don't even remember that fight to this day. You know what I mean? He was shallacking, but he showed how tough he was and he ground Groves down, didn't he? But and I'm happy with that stoppage, that one. But people can argue it, so maybe you should let it go on a bit longer. But when you're getting hit with 16 unanswered punches like Frotch, you've got a problem. But where Wardley, he threw 41 punches from the initial burst. He fired back 4, didn't he? And they weren't really on target. He was just trying to stay out of the way. So when you've got 41 lots of leather coming at you, and what did it got? It hit him with 27 and more, something. It's enough in it.
Wardley surprised me because I thought he was starting to look tired just before that. No long before that, I thought Kenny was looks like they were both getting a bit tired at that point.
He plays possibly my man.
I tell you what, Howard Foster was quite happy to let Josh Warrington take a pounding off of the Mexican guy. What was the Mexican guy? Remember he got dropped in the 4th and he was out of the game till about the 9th when he got flattened, wasn't he? What was the Mexican guy?
I'm not bothered, mate, but all I'm going to say about Howard Foster, right? Lives in a big, massive house. I'm not going to say where because he's half all right. He's done well for himself, but let's be honest. If that's how he treats fighters, what happens after his give there? That's a good scene to on anything. Hey? You just walk downstairs and make yourself a sandwich and just leave her there rattling on bed. The Big Sexy Howard Foster, pop right. Do you know what I mean? He's always in the mix, isn't he? Good old Howard. He's the new Ian John Lewis.
Howard's Way.
You what?
Howard's Way. Used to be a
Can't hear you again. Speaking to your mic, kid.
Howard's Way, I'm saying. There used to be a programme called that, wasn't there?
Yeah, about boats and that. Yeah, it's Howard's Way or the Highway. Hey? What is all that about? So Wardley's done the business. Does he get Usyk now? And if he does, can he beat Usyk? Would they sell it as Usyk's getting old and you get old overnight and Wardley's got the power? Well, you know what I mean? And Usyk, how long can he keep going to the well? And Wardley, he's only had 83 rounds and he's only 30. They're going to get all that, aren't they? We're going to get us all hooked in.
I don't think Usyk's showing any signs of deterioration yet to me.
Nah, listen. Oh, my other man.
Usyk, aye.
Well, listen, mate, I've been beating drum for Usyk since he turned pro. Since he sparred Vladimir up in Alps and absolutely wrote Vladimir off in front of Horsecock and Mr. Bean. That's a true story. They absolutely wrote him off, Vladimir. And people were like, who's this guy? You know what I mean, kind of thing. Who is this guy? Obviously, he went on to win a gold medal, didn't he? And blah, blah, blah. The rest, as they say, is history. He's the daddy now, isn't it? Do you think?
Oh, definitely, aye.
He's the man, isn't he?
I mean, they're talking about him going on till he's 41. I think, well, if anybody can do that, it's him, isn't it? Because he lives the life.
Yeah, of course he can, man. He can do out him. You can't see John Coffey going on till he's 41, can you?
Yeah, no chance. Yeah.
He can eat as much cornbread as he wants. He's not going to be fighting at 41, not with poke he's made. Do you think that John Coffey's lost his hunger, Andy?
I think he has. I think you could put him in with Parker. The fight that never happened,
Yeah,
that's who probably doing next for Parker. I would say that would be a good bet, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Who would you pick there
Oh,
against Parker and John Coffey?
I'd pick John Coffey to absolutely poleaxe him. I would, mate. Honestly, I think he got the only that fight really didn't happen. I don't think there were any doping. I think they just got massive offer on the table to fight Usyk, and I think they just thought, do you know what, we're going to pull this and we're going to smooth it with Parker and get him another fight. And if he wins that, he'll get a world title shot. And they've done what they've done to Parker. They've done what they did to Joe Joyce. They've just give him the runaround and Zhang as well. They
Yeah,
give him all, Luis Ortiz. They're all unfashionable fighters. Caballel, he's another one. He's getting run around, isn't he? Because they're not
yeah,
commercially a draw like your Chisoras, your Dylan Whites, your Joshuas, your Furies. You see where I'm coming from?
yeah. I mean, I didn't. I've never really bought into the commercial thing. I think if somebody's got a good rating or deserves the shot, they should get the shot. But it's always just excuses from promoters not to let them fight, isn't it?
Okay, then. Luis Ortiz, Caballel, Zhang, Joe Joyce. How many world title shots have that lot had? Luis Ortiz fought Wilder twice for world title, but
Twice.
none of them have had any other title shots. Eddie signed Luis Ortiz, if you remember, and he signed Zhang, didn't he? And Usyk. Eddie had all them, you know.
Tactics, eh?
Well,
Keep them
he
away from you.
started
Keep
signing all
Joshua.
them.
Keep the golden goose.
He wanted to protect Big Meech in end. Greed got better of Big Meech, and he knew he had to fight him for a bit. He had a bit of pride in himself. Well, Eddie didn't want that. Do you think Eddie wanted to put Big Meech in with Usyk? Nah. Oh, come on.
No chance, huh?
You're not stupid. You think we're stupid? Do I look like a lot of them? You see where I'm coming from? That's how I look at it. But getting back to Wardley, you've got to hand it to him, mate. Honestly, when he looks like they've clipped him, he just comes back with venom, doesn't he? He's got a different mindset.
Aye. He'll, he's got a never say die, isn't he? He's just, he'll know why doing to anybody, eh?
Listen, mate, he is all right in Wardley. I like him. He's my kind of person. He comes over all right, doesn't he?
Speaks well, eh? Oh, to be fair to the two of them, they both showed mutual respect to each other. There's no bullshit, bad mouthing or any of that, or any. For me, the only controversy is the stoppage. Other than that, there's nothing.
Well, the
They're
stoppage, Andy. Are you
both
not happy
gentlemen,
with
eh?
stoppage? Are you not happy with stoppage?
I think it was a bit early, eh? But Big John Fury, he said it was too late. It should have been 10 seconds earlier.
Well, you know why John Fury would say that, don't you? John, I know you're listening, you big dosser. 100 and 0 on the hard road, 100 by way of. Uh, Listen, John Fury's going to say that because him and Andy Lee don't see eye to eye after that fight with Usyk. When John were in corner, Andy Lee
Ah,
were in corner, there was some other two in corner, and then you've got the trainer. There were too many heads in the corner on the night, so he's always going to not get on with him. And he said Parker's team don't know what they're doing, putting him in with Wardley. Well, he's got to earn, right? But yeah,
which
he could have
is
stayed.
right then.
Yeah, he could have stayed and got an easier fight, couldn't he? But well done for taking that fight, but his team, they got paid for taking that fight. They're all being on good money. They're all boxing's a business. You might think you've got an injury, right? Oh, I don't think my hands rate good. I don't think I can fight next week. Your trainer, if he's getting a good lump of money, life-changing money, he's going to go, no, you'll be all right. We'll just stack it. Or we'll get you a cortisone injection. All that kind of thing goes off. Or they'll stack it, with padding. Sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you can't. But and I feel for Parker in a way. But if he'd have got the nod and won, there'd have been an hero his team. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, Andy, aren't you? But I don't buy into all
That's
that.
it.
Go to Andy Lee. I don't buy into all that shit. There's only
He has
one
a
man.
cool head.
There's only one
He
man
has
you
a
should gutter, Andy. There's only one man you should gutter. You know that is, don't you?
Adam Booth.
Don't you, Adam? He's the best. The dark road. We like Adam Booth. We want to see an Adam Booth come back just to get Terry's blood pressure up.
I saw him in Glasgow. He was training Alex Arthur's son, but I don't think he is now. I think Alex Arthur's training his own son himself.
Old Adam Booth, he gets everywhere, doesn't he, for some free haggis?
You're
I
good,
like
son,
Alex
that one.
Arthur. He always comes across all right, Alex Arthur. I like him. I don't
He
know
was
what
a
lad like.
good
He's all right,
stylish,
Alex. Hey?
good stylish boxer as well back in the day, wasn't he?
Back in the day, you were bang on, Alex Arthur. Bang on. Usyk, should he really be stripped? Is he holding belts to ransom, or is this what we're going to get when you've got an undisputed? What do you think, Andy?
It's tricky, isn't it? Fulfilling all your duties if you're undisputed. But I don't think he's holding the belts to ransom any more than anybody else has done, like Wilder and Fury in the past. So
Yeah.
I'd cut him a bit of slack for that. And providing he fights early next year, if it's January or February, that'd be. We'll let him off if he does that.
Yeah. Okay. Derek Chisora, aka Scooby Doo, against Dillian Whyte, aka the Can't Man. Anybody who wants it can't get it if they're under 50. They must have COVID. The first fought 9 years ago, and the second fight was 7 years ago. So that's what we're up against. Simon Jordan said, "Oh, they fought 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, 2 times." No, 9 years ago and 7 years ago, Simon Jordan, stop trying to change history and trim things down and make things look a little bit better than what they are. It's on pay-per-view on December the 17th. This is where, in my opinion, boxing, this is where they just take the piss in it. This is where, this is where they just leaves a lot to be desired from the people that powers that be, doesn't it? Come on, where we going? Is this where we're at? Chisora 42. In what is he, 38 or something? Well, we've got men here, 80-year-old. Want 25 quid plus they want 160. What is it, 15 quid a month or something? What's that? So there's on 15 a month and then 25 for pay-per-view. What's going on here?
That should never be a pay-per-view fight. That's ridiculous. But as for the fight itself, it's probably the safest option for Chisora's health, because Dillian Whyte is he's shot altogether, and he's completely shot.
Well, Dylan's going to get another payday. I bet they've got $1.5 million a piece, guaranteed, and then there's upside from pay-per-view. So that's what it'll be. It'll be something like that. And then they've got to sell it now. Right? They'll have to sell it now. To sell this, they're going to have to spit on each other, call each other donkeys, whatever vile names they want to do. They're going to be plotting now, writing scripts out, trying to get their grubby hands on more fans' money. They're going to be doing interviews with kooks and all the rest of them. They're going to wheel out all the mates, like Jug Ears, who's going to say, and I quote, "Derek's really up for this. I've never seen him so focused. He's trimmed down and he's taking it very serious. Dylan's going to be in shape of his life." You're going to hear Super Bean come out with things like, "Oh, people are saying Dylan Whyte's shot to death, but the last thing you lose is your power." He's going to go into full-on Super Bean mode. And people are going to lose the shit, and they're going to try and sell us something that ain't there. It's going to be two men who can't get out of that way at blows. It's just going to be swing up. Well, win 12 rounds because they've not got 12 in them if they want to fight like they should fight, which is letting their hands go because they can't get out of that way. Dylan's been getting beat up for the last 3 years in sparring, been getting filled in off no marks. See where I'm coming from? So, for me, it isn't a pay-per-view.
Both be wading through treacle, eh?
Hey?
Should never be a pay-per-view. They'll both be wading through treacle trying to hit each other. And will this be Chisora's last fight? There'll be
No,
another
no.
fight after this.
Listen, mate. Do you think if he can come out once a year and pick up £250,000 in an easy one, just to fill a card, he's going to do it? Do you know why? Because he don't have to make weight. He's a heavyweight, and he doesn't do road work anyway. None of them do road work, you know. None of you. Is anybody out there tell me a boxer who does road work? Because I bet it's 2 out of 20 boxers. I bet do it. They're just lying to themselves, mate. 99% of them are lying to themselves and the fucking trainers. So they don't do road work. They don't do it. Fighters don't want to do it. I'll have a swim or go on an exercise bike. It's not the same, Andy. You know, to be a world champion boxer, you've got to be.
Once you get to their age.
Listen, I don't give a fuck.
Once you get to their age and the fact they're heavyweights, too much road work will do their knees in.
Well, listen, this is how I look at it, right?
Usyk does a lot of cycling, doesn't he? Nah, he goes crazy cycling. Right?
Yeah, he does a lot of cycling. He still does his runs. Listen, you've got to be a middle distance runner to be a boxer, you know.
Can't hear you. You there?
You've got to be a middle distance runner to be a boxer, Andy. Not only have you got to be able to fight, you're out there on your own. If you have a bad game at football, you can still win 2-1. If you're a shit goalie, you can still win 2-1 if your strikers score. You fuck up in boxing, you're going to hospital, aren't you? Kind of thing. But you've got to have everything: ability, talent, a lot. But you've got to be fit. The main thing is, if you're a boxer, rule number one: read the Green Book. You've got to be fit to be a boxer. Fighters are not fit. I'm seeing people blowing out their asses after 5 rounds. What happened to fighters just being in the shape of their lives and giving themselves that bit extra? Look at Scott Quigg and Froch. They're not Pernell Whitaker, are they? And Mayweather. But they put the yards in, didn't they? Put the hard yards in. That's Sam Egginton. He's another one. He was happy just to be a journeyman. He ended up being a British Commonwealth European champion and getting out of the sport worth over £1 million in houses. Good luck to him, Sam Egginton. But he did his runs, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? Who's doing the runs? There's Dave Allen.
No shortcuts to success.
Listen, does Dave Allen do his runs?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like it anyway, does he?
But they'll go on social media and they've got stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. Best camp I've ever had, Coogan. You see where I'm coming from? We're being sold a load of shit.
I'll say that, don't I?
I'm just up to that. I've had enough of it. We're being led down the garden path by these people. The same 2 families that have been milking it since 1980 and 1987, whatever. Boxer taking money out of sport. The best part of 40, 50 years, this lot. And for what?
Yep.
Selling us what? What are they going to sell us? The matchmaking at the moment, are you telling me the matchmaking's even safe? At the moment, it's not so much, is it good? Is it even safe? What are we doing here?
No.
Should David Adelaide have been anywhere near Ergovic? No.
No.
You know, should Rhino have been near Makhmedov?
No, really not.
Right. How many rounds did you give Rhino?
Probably 3, was it? I think. Can't remember. He
rounds.
was strong enough, was he?
You know what were you watching?
2 or 3 rounds, was it?
2 or 3 rounds.
2 or 3 rounds. Right?
2 now. Was that 2 or 3 or was it 1?
2, I would say.
Yeah, well, I'm saying 1 shared 1, so we beg to differ, don't we? I'm giving him an half a round. You don't throw if you're not throwing enough leather. People say, "Oh, you're asked from somebody from your area." Look, if you don't throw punches, you're not going to win. You know, at cricket, they say catchers win matches. If you don't get your catchers, the match slips away from you if you can't catch the ball. Catchers win matches, and look, I don't know what to say. But he shouldn't have been in there with that Makhmedov. You know them punches? Did you see some of them blows he were taking? Oh,
brutal.
He must eat sawdust for breakfast, Rhino, on his toast.
Raw mince. Raw mince.
You know what he drinks? I am brewed by Gooders.
I am brewed, mate. maybe been on the haggis. Eh?
What did you make of fight, Rhino's fight, though? What did you make of it all?
And he started throwing wild punches at the end of the fight, didn't he? Too late by then.
Right, do you want to go on to
Um,
part two and we'll get stuck into the rest of the questions, yeah?
yeah, just give me
All
5
right.
and I'll be right with you.
Right, I'll
Okay,
see
pal.
you at
Yeah.
9:31 then, yeah? In a
Good
bit.
man.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Don't forget Porky's International YouTube. That's my other channel. Feel free to go on there and have a little nosy. All right. So go on. I'll see you on part two. Oh yeah. Oh my ear.